Most men don't talk about it, but after 55, silence becomes an enemy. It steals your energy, your purpose, and your will to keep moving. But here, we face that battle together. If you've ever felt this silence in your own life, subscribe now, because this is the place where men break the silence and find strength again. No one prepares you for the silence after 55. It doesn't arrive suddenly, like a storm that announces itself with thunder and wind. It creeps in quietly without warning until one day you realize the house sounds different. The laughter that used to fill the rooms is gone. The phone doesn't ring the way it once did. The chair at the end of the table stays empty night after night. And the clock on the wall, it keeps ticking, as if mocking the emptiness between each passing second. If you are living this right now, let me say it clearly. You are not weak. You are not failing. You are human. Many men carry this same invisible weight, but few dare to admit it. Society told you that being a man meant being strong, unshaken, always in control. But no one told you that strength also means learning how to face the silence without letting it destroy you. Retirement may have stolen your sense of purpose, the job that once defined you, the responsibility that once filled your days, suddenly gone. Family may be distant, children grown, with lives of their own. Friends who once stood by your side, little by little, disappear into their own routines, illnesses, or simply fade away. What remains is the sound of your own breath in a room that feels larger than it should, colder than it used to. You wake up and the mornings are heavier. You sit at the kitchen table, the same table where years ago there was noise, arguments, clinking plates, and too much coffee being poured. Now there's just you, a mug half full, and the silence. The television tries to mask it, but you can't escape the truth. You are alone more than you ever imagined you would be. And maybe you don't even talk about it. Because men are not taught to share these wounds. They're taught to hide them, to smile and say, "I'm fine," to push through as if the emptiness doesn't sting. But inside, it does sting. It gnaws at you, and it's not something you can just shrug off. This silence is not simply the absence of noise, it is the presence of something darker. It's the reminder that life changed, and no one asked if you were ready. It's the echo of moments you can't relive, the shadow of people you miss, the ghost of a purpose that once gave meaning to your days. And if you've ever felt this, if you've sat in that quiet room, hearing only the ticking of the clock and the weight of your own thoughts, I want you to know, you are not the only one. Many men walk this same path, silently fighting the same invisible enemy. But here's the truth they don't tell you. Silence doesn't have to win. Loneliness is not something that announces itself with sirens or alarms. It slips into your life like water seeping through cracks in a wall. At first, you hardly notice it. A missed phone call here, a cancelled plan there. A weekend that used to be full now feels empty. Then, little by little, it starts to shape the rhythm of your days. It begins with irritability. Small things get under your skin faster than before. The neighbor's dog barking, a delay at the supermarket, the endless commercials on TV. You don't have the same patience you once did. It's not because you've changed into a bitter man. It's because silence weighs on you. And that weight leaks out as frustration. Your body feels it too. Less energy, more fatigue. Sometimes you wake up already tired, as if life itself is draining something from you. It's harder to get up from the chair, harder to find the will to go outside. Your body, once strong and ready for anything, begins to echo the emptiness of your social world. Loneliness doesn't just live in the mind, it embeds itself in the flesh. Think of it like rust on a tool that was once sharp and strong. No matter how hard the metal was forged, if it's left unused and alone in a corner, rust will eventually take hold. And once it does, the tool loses its edge, its strength, its purpose. That's what loneliness does to men. It corrodes, slowly, invisibly, until one day you realize you're not the same man you used to be, and it's not just about feeling sad. Loneliness is a real risk, as dangerous as smoking or high blood pressure. Studies show it raises the chances of heart disease, depression, even early death. It's not just in your head, it's in your blood pressure, your heartbeat, your very bones. It turns silence into poison. The cruelest part is that men often suffer this battle alone. Women, culturally, are more likely to maintain friendships, to check in on one another. Men, on the other hand, are taught to stand on their own, to keep things private, to be tough. But toughness without connection becomes isolation, and isolation over time breaks even the strongest. But here's the truth, you don't need to wait for someone to rescue you. No savior is coming to knock on your door and pull you back into life. Loneliness is powerful, yes, but it's not invincible. The first step begins with you, with a decision, with a small action that reminds you that the silence may be loud, but you still have a voice. The rust can be cleaned, the edge can be sharpened, but only if you pick up the tool and use it again. How to turn the game around loneliness may feel like a heavy shadow, but shadows only exist where there is still light. The silence that surrounds you doesn't mean your story is over. It means a new chapter is waiting to be written. And the pen, whether you believe it or not, is still in your hands. The first step is not to wait. Many men think, if my children visit more often, I'll feel better. If an old friend calls, maybe I'll feel alive again. But waiting makes the silence stronger. The truth is, you don't have to sit still hoping someone saves you. You can move first. You can take back control. Start small. Maybe there's an old skill you once had, fixing things, playing an instrument, drawing, or even cooking a dish that always made you proud. Go back to it, dust it off, use it again. It doesn't matter if no one is watching. The act of doing brings back a piece of yourself that loneliness can't take away. Next, create contact. Not grand gestures, not forcing conversations, but simple daily touches of connection. Greet a neighbor. Join a local group, even if it's just for an hour. Sign up for a hobby where others gather. Chess, fishing, gardening, even online communities where men share experiences like yours. Connection isn't about quantity, it's about consistency. One new interaction a day is enough to begin breaking the wall of isolation. And don't forget your body. Movement is more than exercise. It's a bridge back to life. A short walk around the block. Stretching in the morning, light exercise at the park. When your body moves, your mind follows. You'll notice that after even a short walk, your chest feels lighter, your thoughts less heavy. The body pulls the spirit forward. Remember this, reaching out is not weakness. It is not begging. It is reclaiming your strength. A man who decides to fight loneliness is a man who refuses to let silence define him. You are not too old. You are not too late. There is still a spark inside you that the years cannot extinguish. Picture this. Tomorrow, you wake up, open the window, and instead of staring at the same empty street, you choose to step outside. You walk, you greet someone, you try something new, or you return to something old. That one action, small as it may seem, is how the game turns, not with grand miracles, but with steady, quiet choices that rebuild purpose and connection. Loneliness is strong, yes, but so are you. And the very fact that you're listening to this now means you haven't given up. The first step is simply to stop pretending it doesn't exist. Once you name the silence, you can face it, and once you face it, you can defeat it. The clock will keep ticking, the chair may stay empty, the nights may still be long, but with each step you take, the silence loses its grip. And with time, you'll discover something powerful, that even after 55, your life is not about what you've lost. It's about what you still have the strength to create. If you've made it this far, it means something inside you recognizes the silence we've been talking about. Maybe you've felt it late at night when the clock is ticking too loudly. Maybe in the morning when the chair across from you stays empty, or maybe in the moments when you realize days pass without anyone truly asking how you are. And I want to tell you this: you are not broken. You are not less of a man for feeling the weight of loneliness. You are alive. And being alive means you still have the chance to choose, to stand up, to take back control, to push against the silence that wants to swallow you. Loneliness is not your destiny. It's a season, and seasons can change. With every small action, picking up an old hobby, reaching out for connection, moving your body, you are rewriting the story. You are reminding yourself and the world that your strength isn't gone. It's still here, waiting for you to use it again. And here's the most important part. You are not alone in this fight. Every man who reads these words or watches this video is carrying some version of the same struggle. By sharing your story, by commenting below, by saying, "Yes, I've felt this too," you help break the silence not just for yourself, but for all of us. So if this spoke to you, don't just watch and disappear back into the quiet. Take action, leave a comment, share your experience. Because when you do, another man will see it and realize he's not alone either. And subscribe, because here we talk about the battles that men face but almost never speak of. Battles that are invisible but real. Battles that can be won if we stand together. The silence is strong, but you are stronger.